welcome to the update for Impact Kenya. I want to share with you what happened in November. Last month I told you how there was this little struggle with possibly having to close down for November and December because of lack of funding. Well, I have some good news and there's some bad news. I'm telling you, I'm just going to be honest with you. Doing missions, especially a new project like this, is like up and down, up and down, up and down. But God is faithful. And the key is to anybody that's doing something like this or even something, whatever God has called you to do, I just want to encourage you to just be okay on the up and down and just to hang in there. Now, let me tell you my testimony, all right? So in November, we were short. We were short on funds. That is just the truth, okay? This project, for those who do not know, in July, I started a dance company of youth in Kenya. In May and June, I went to several schools on foot, searching out in the largest slum on the continent of Africa, Kibra, searching out talent to find, it was supposed to be 20, all right, 20 young people to take in, to make sure they had education, to train them and use the arts as a vehicle to teach the gospel, spread hope, encourage, build up, train, mentor, all those things with these 20. I ended up with 21, all right? I ended up with 21. So now I have 21 youth, and let me tell you, when we received these youth in July, I want to say 99% of them were D students. D as in dog. D students. One reason is we're dealing with extreme poverty. There are no public schools in Kenya. You have to pay. So if you talk about a slum like Kibra, people are choosing, do I go to school or do I eat? School, eat. And most of the time, school was just not the priority. So a lot of these children were in school, out of school, in school, out of school, and they're attending schools in the poorest parts of Kenya. And so less resources, lots of illnesses, lots of distractions, lots of interruption in school. So these are D students, okay? But as a result of being in our program, they've been able to stay in school consistently because we fund it. We pay for their school. They've also received regular meals, at least when they see us, 4 times a week? 4 times a week, they're eating, okay? They're receiving mentorship, devotion, prayer, growing in their faith. So as a result, we have tutors because, again, this program is using the arts as a vehicle to freedom, a vehicle to learn the gospel, to have hope, all of those things. The arts is merely a vehicle. So we have to have tutors so we can bring these students up to a standard where they can be successful. So these 21 kids have been getting tutoring, food, encouragement, mentorship, and these D students, the grades came out. And out of the 21 children, 19 have jumped up a grade. So the D students became C students, okay? That's the majority of these children I see fruit. I see fruit. Majority of them are improving in education. About a couple of weeks ago, I got a report that 7 children came to Christ. 7 children came to Christ. So when we go out to these schools and God chooses these kids and point them out, and I did home visits and all of those things, all of them are not Christians, okay? So it's not a requirement. It's just, are you talented? Do you want to do this? Do you want to commit? And this is a faith-based program. So 7 of them received Christ, and majority of them increased their grades a whole grade, okay? And so that is extremely rewarding. One thing, that challenge that I do want to share with you is November, we fell short. Some of our kids are are actually sponsored, but not all of them are sponsored. And so when they're not sponsored, there's just lacking in the ability to keep the program running. But what had happened was the teachers decided after 2 weeks, we said, okay, we're going to close this down. After 2 weeks, students, unfortunately, as I suspected, were hungry. They were missing the regular encouragement. They was missing getting that positivity shot in the arm, and they were just at home and struggling. And so they were coming to the center, they were reaching out to teachers, that all these things was happening. And the teachers just was like, the teachers was missing coming, because everybody benefits. It just, to be honest with you, when they're there at the center, it brings life to the whole surrounding area. And so they just said, can we just please come back? Let's just do whatever we have to do to come back for this next 2 months. And so Blessed Link, which is the organization that I'm partnering with, found the sponsor, because I was like, we can't bring these children back here or the staff back here and there's no food. We just cannot do it. Blessed Link found the sponsor, and there's someone that is sponsoring the food as the children are coming back to continue to learn and to continue to learn the arts and be tutored, so they can be ready for when schools start back in January for them. So that is very good and encouraging news. Let me tell you this one more thing. I met with the students just a few days ago. We had a meeting, and I wanted them to express themselves, because I'm telling you, they act like they were traumatized with that center being closed or the program being shut down for 2 weeks. So I wanted to give them an opportunity to express themselves, see how they're feeling and all those things. And Kenya has culture, America has culture. So one of the challenges is we're blending them. We're bringing them together. We're not shutting down Kenyan culture, African culture, because there's some really rich things we need to hold on to. But again, Miss Imani, I had challenges and really had to pray about, how do I come into this culture, allow my minds to transform so that the people can grow? Because I'm really dealing with people who is just stricken with poverty, and the mindset is poverty. So I'm learning a lot myself. So we had some heart-to-heart conversations, which is different, because there, you want to make sure you honor people, you want to make sure you're respectful, and I'm considered a leader, I'm the founder, but I really needed them to really speak their heart, speak their mind, let me know where they are, and praise the Lord they did, because that's the only way that I'm going to grow. That's the only way that they're going to grow, and we're going to grow together if it's a certain level of honesty. And there was. And one of the things that they brought up was our grades. We got our grades up, and the dancing is better, so are we going to get a reward? Because I remember you said you would give us a reward. And so I was so happy they was being honest. I let them know the reward will have to come when they get their food baskets. That for the holidays, I know that the families struggle. We only feed the 21, but the families of the 21, they struggle. And so I let them know that I'm raising money that we can do food baskets for them to send home to the families. So what I'm doing, I want to ask you, $33 for the holidays can feed a family for several weeks. So each one would take home a food basket so that whole family can eat for the holidays. So I'm asking you if you could donate $33 to help a family in Kenya. All right? And then I will definitely report it on my next report and show you the fruit of the seed that you would sow. So I'm going to put down at the bottom how you could sow. There's several ways that you can sow and give. We give gifts during the holidays, and I know we may go give to the homeless and do different things. But if you can find in your heart to feed a family, $33 can do it. I also would like to feed the family of the staff. I have 8 staff members because they're coming from the same community as well. And so it would be nice if we can give a food basket to the children and to the team. And I'm gonna say that's it for my report. I want you to see a dance they're working on, so we'll see that at the end if you can hold tight, and also one of their devotions. They are so happy and blessed to be up and running in this program. I want to thank every donor, every person that sponsored a child. You sponsored your child for the year, they are sponsored. If you want to know how to sponsor a kid, you can give monthly, you can give all at once, you can give quarterly, however you want to give. It will bless someone's life, because there are people on the other side of the world that we never can really relate to because that's not our struggle. But if you're willing to give and help somebody else, they would definitely appreciate it, and so would I. Thank you for this update, and I'll see you next month.
Turn me lovely, I love what I love it's sweet, and help me, Lord, to never keep it to myself. And if my heart should dimly burn, and if my feet should fail to run, call my name.